Hey, what's up?
Here
You
we
back?
here we
You
are.
here? I'm here.
We're back. We
Yeah,
we
yeah, we're back. Yeah.
we back.
So I'm still drying off from my shower. So still haven't got a razor, guys. Still did not buy one. The saga continues, but it's
The case of the missing shaver.
we are 92%, 93% almost done with the mystery and going to accept the fact that we don't know what's happening because this is bothering me.
Yeah.
So I don't want to shave it all off. That's not me. But it's getting like it's harder to tame. I'm gonna have to start growing the Fu Manchu, like
Yeah. Or you're gonna have to start learning Spanish because you're looking a little bit like Fidel there.
that's messed up. That just called me a dictator, but that's fair. Um, Speaking of weird things, okay, so I get lost down rabbit holes like we all do, but sometimes there's actual news articles that pop up and are interesting. It's, kind of like, oh, this is one we could talk about. We'll do that next week.
Yeah.
But because I just got another one. And I'm always interested. There's certain parts of the world like that I'm vastly interested in. I love finding out like about the Amazon and the Amazon rainforest and just parts like of in Peru and just things all around there that like it's amazing to me in this day and age that there are still places we can't go. We don't go because of there's nothing there that we need to go for, or we don't have the technology, or it's too dangerous. And with all the machines and I mean, especially like the ocean, like the fact that
Yeah.
daily there's just creatures that we discover. The Amazon too, the Amazon is I firmly believe that a lot of these animals that we think are extinct, I think there's some of them that aren't extinct, and I think they're there. And although we tear apart the Amazon too much, um, there are areas that we're just not going to go to. And it's crazy that in 2024, 2025, there are still like these indigenous, tribes and groups of people that live there that don't connect with
Yeah.
humans.
No running
Some of
water,
them,
no electricity.
well, and even beyond that, like that's the simplicity of it, that they don't connect with any that there have been generation after generation and have lived there since the dawn of man, and they don't even know about some of that stuff. So it's really kind of cool. And then, of course, there's the ones that choose to. I think that's great. Well, I just read this article. Wild.
Okay.
Um, so this was in Peru, okay? And a remote indigenous tribe killed two loggers encroaching on their land in Peru. So first off, and there's pictures of like this dude on a boat. And this is not the island that we're not supposed to go to. Remember a while ago, there was that island, and maybe it was around Peru. I don't know. And you're not supposed to go there. The indigenous tribe there is remote. They've been remote.
Want to stay
It would
that
be
way.
they want to stay that way. It would also be dangerous for us to go there, not just for ourselves, but we could bring disease to them and wipe them all out because they're
Sure.
so, you know. But then that guy who's like, you know what? I'm gonna go tell these guys about God, and he shows up and they kill him, and I'm like,
He found
of all the people,
he found God.
now we can go tell God about these people. Yo, I went to talk about you, and they shot me with a poison dart, like freaking Indiana Jones. But like, you know what I mean? So this picture is like that. There's about 20 of them naked, or some of them have loincloths. I don't know. And they're all like, they come out into the water a little bit and they're staring at this boat. Well, apparently, what happened was this is in two loggers were killed by bow and arrow after allegedly, we're just going to say, we're going to scratch the allegedly and believe they did it, encroaching the land of the uncontacted Macho Piro. I'm saying that wrong, but they don't have internet, so who cares?
Right.
Indigenous tribe deep in Peru's Amazon. The group known as FINAMA defends the rights of Peru's indigenous people, which I think is cool. It says tensions between the loggers and the tribes are on the rise because the loggers are obviously just tearing down everything, being a bunch of dicks, you know?
Yeah.
Um,
It,
and I guess what happened is there are 39 indigenous communities in this area. It's in southeastern Peru, and the incident took place on August 29 along the river basin. While the loggers were expanding the passageways into the forest, they came into contact with this tribe who was very territorial. And can you blame them? And they shot him with bow and arrows and killed him.
Geez, that's like America 300 years ago.
Right. And it says the Peruvian state has not taken preventative and protective measures to ensure the lives and integrity of the workers who've been greatly affected. What about taking the protection of, I don't know, the Amazon rainforest and the people that have been living there since before they knew how to log?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
The people that are taking care of the rainforest.
Right, the people that are truly, the people that believe in the rainforest, that are using every aspect of the rainforest. They're not just killing endangered animals to eat them. They are literally part of the ecosystem and history in the world. And they were there before these loggers said, man, look at all that wood that we can make money off of.
Right.
Let's sell it. So, like, I'm sorry, you choose to be a logger in the Amazon rainforest, bro. Number one, death wish. The Amazon is like Australia. Chances are you're going to go there and you're going to die. You're going to see something crazy.
What's wrong with being a logger up in Canada? I mean, there's,
That's what I'm saying.
70% of Canada is still, forest.
Yeah, and the thing is, and then they try to justify, like, well, we're going to sit here and, we were taking these trees down, but we planted these. Great. So it's a giant area empty with a bunch of planted trees that you've just taken away ecosystems and food and animals. And, 100 years from now, 200 years from now, the trees will be okay.
There are indigenous people in Guatemala. There are indigenous people in several African countries that choose to just do things the way their ancestors have always done them. And it's greed on the side of modern society to say, oh, well, they have resources there that we, like you said, can make money off of. So let's just go in and take it.
That's the other thing. Yeah, let's just take it. And now there's two groups. You've got Peru's Ministry of Culture, which is responsible for the protection of these people. They're not commenting on it right now. Yeah. My cat is just yelling. I don't even know what the heck he's doing. Shut up. The group of loggers had suspended certain parts of their logging, whatever, waiting to hear back from from this committee to say if they could go. But then the other part of the loggers said, oh, we're just going to go. And they kept going. So it's like, if you know that you are super close to a tribe's territory, and this tribe has said, look, we hate what you're doing, but if you stay over there on that side of the river, we're not coming because that's not our territory. But then you decide to cross the river and go into there. What do you think is going to happen?
Yeah. Yeah. And how do they communicate with these people too? I mean, the loggers, obviously there's some connection there where the loggers know how to communicate with the people of this indigenous tribe. And you wonder, was there somebody from the indigenous tribe that defected and said, I don't want to scoop water out of the stream anymore. I want to go see what's on the other side. And so
First of all, ain't nobody from this tribe. This is not a defection situation here. Ain't nobody from this tribe leaving their tribe after hundreds and hundreds of years. It's not happening. They don't even know what the machines are.
Well, now they hear them coming.
They know that they're there. They're not dumb. Right. But if you are isolated, think North Korea, okay? If you are isolated in North Korea and they have controlled every single thing, every single social media, every single thing that comes into the country, and you all of a sudden see Kim Jong-un sends footage of a movie and says, look what America's doing. Those people, most of them that have been there all their life, are going to believe it because they don't know that it's a movie.
Sure.
This is even worse than that. These people are in this territory in a forest with spiders the size of, Godzilla, and they're living next to an anaconda, worshiping it because it might eat their brains. They have no idea what these loggers are doing with these big saws and they think they could think they're weapons.
Yeah. And so they make a few more arrows and they take them out.
I don't want anybody to die, but it's like the people, and I hate it, and maybe this is another show. People that go kayaking in the middle of the ocean are like, oh my God, there's a shark below me. And you're an idiot. You're in this little tiny tube stupid kayak, which shouldn't even be in the ocean anyway, because the waves will knock you over. And you're way out in the middle of nowhere. And you think that you're shocked that there's a shark?
Yeah.
I don't feel bad. Like I always watch shark attack videos. Always. I think they're great. Yeah, I love it, man. I don't want people to die. Especially hey, we're just off the shore and a shark comes up and grabs a kid. Like, that's horrible.
Yeah.
It's a risk when you go into their territory, though. I'm just saying.
Well, that's like in some of the movies you watch. I mean, there's a certain amount of risk when you walk into a barn full of chainsaws.
Yeah, you got to leave. You got to know. Like my biggest thing too is, I just watched a movie the other day. This girl's in the middle of Appalachian Mountains, by the way, which I'm going to do a whole episode on Appalachian Trail and Mountains because that's a creepy place.
Yeah.
And she's driving through trying to go to her family's house, and she's lost, obviously. So instead of staying on the road and just keep driving or go back to the town or whatever, she pulls off to the side of the road. Gets out of the car, puts a map on. She's looking at the map. It's about to be evening. A truck pulls up. What? These guys attack her. She fights them. She stabs one. She knocks them down. They're on the ground. She could literally get to her car. What does she do? She runs straight into the woods. I'm like,
that was a bad script.
Bad call. You got crazy hillbillies over there that are going to follow you, So, but my point is, though, if you go into the ocean, sharks are there. And so when people kayak and they get attacked, I'm like, I'll feel bad. You go into the Amazon and this is the map. Here's the red line. Please don't cross it. These indigenous people will kill you. And you cross it. I'm sorry you're dead, but you're kind of an idiot,
Yeah. I mean, weren't you taught to do your homework in advance?
It's crazy to me. I think the Amazon is one of those places, like I said, I'm super intrigued by it. I love that we discover new things on a regular basis, but I honestly think that there's got to be, and it's corruption in the government, and that just wants to get money, and that's why they're selling it off, and they're talking about the unlimited resources, and dude, maybe we just need to limit those. Maybe we just need to leave those resources alone. Bad things happen when you open Pandora's box.
But the bottom line is it's greed. There's somebody that's always out there saying,
"Sure,
hey,
sure,
we can make a fast buck by going here and taking what they have."
Of course,
because they don't have defenses against it.
No, of course
maybe
not.
They do. I've always wondered about Antarctica.
Well, that's another show. I definitely want to talk about Antarctica. I got some things on it. I went down rabbit hole conspiracy theories with Antarctica, but I also think there's some really cool stuff there. So I definitely want to go back to that.
I'm convinced that somebody is going to say that under all of that ice and tundra, there is oil, and they want to go there. And
there is, isn't there?
Yeah, and they want to drill for oil.
Well, the biggest one is that Antarctica's got an ice wall. We know the ice wall, and that we are not allowed to go past it. The government won't let us go past it. So what are they hiding? I got.
But what government?
The government.
There is no government in Antarctica.
The government.
Oh, the government.
The government. It's the Illuminati.
big brother.
One world order, one new world order.
Right.
No, yeah, there's like it's crazy conspiracy, stupid theories. And that on the other side of the ice wall is a continent that is green. That's dude, it's I've gone down the rabbit hole. But there's some also really cool facts about Antarctica and some really interesting mysteries too that we can discuss. So coming up, guys. Maybe we'll do that in October. That seems like an October-ish style. So
Okay.
maybe we'll do it then. Yeah.
Well, we're into October.
I don't know what day it is. Leave me alone.
Hey, he said at the top of the show he just got out of the shower.
Yeah,
So,
I don't know.
you know.
I don't keep. I mean, I know it's my favorite time of year, but I have no idea what's happening.
Right. Go ahead. Go have a pumpkin latte, and
I'm doing it. I'm leaving.
there you go. And we'll catch you again next week. Go out and
See
make
you
a
later,
good
guys.
one. Bye.